In this tutorial, I will tell you the easy method to write for loop. In the last tutorial, we wrote our components in different ways. In this tutorial, I will tell you easy method to write each component. For the first component, which is the starting point, start from 0. That is, you have your $I to be 0. The second component, which is the condition, use less than sign. And thirdly, which is the increment, use an increment of 1. That is, you have your $I equals $I plus 1. For example, to write two loops, we know our starting point is I equals to 0. We've not determined this. And the increment, which is the third condition, will be $I equals to $I plus 1. So now to write the second component, let us assume we have our graphical representation. The increment is 1, and this is the starting point. This is $I as the ending point of each loop. We are starting from 0. For the first loop, we have something like this. Our $I in this place will be 1, and this 1 is the starting point here, and here it is 2. So the starting point here is 2, but we only need 2 loops. This is the first loop and this is the second loop to meet the requirements of the question. So it means we are stopping at 2. To use the less than sign, our condition should be $I is less than 2. So let us write the for loop now. So it should be for $I equals 0, $I is less than 2, and we have $I equals to $I plus 1. And this will be the block of code. So this is for 2 loops. But one interesting thing is that at every point in time, the requirement, the number of loops required will be the same thing as the value you have here. So it makes things to be very, very easy. So to write for loops, we can easily write it as for $I equals 0, which is our starting point. The condition will be $I is less than 4. This and this number will be the same thing. And we have $I equals to $I plus 1. So this is the block of code. So this is the very easy method. At every point in time, this and this will be the same thing. Start from 0, use a less than sign, and use an increment of 1. Another thing to add is that the increment of 1 is so very common to the extent that it has a shorthand. What I mean is that the increment of 1, which is $I plus 1, is very common, and because of this it has a shorthand. The shorthand is simply write $I plus plus. So it means our 2 loops can be written as for $I equals 0, $I is less than 2. Remember, this and this should be the same thing. So instead of writing this, we only have $I plus plus, which is the shorthand, and here you have your block of code. So to write, let's write something like 10 loops with our easy method to be for the starting point is 0, The condition is less than, and this should be the number of loops. Remember, this and this should be the same thing. And the increment is $I plus plus. And here we have the block of code. To write 100 loops, this is very simple also. To be for $I, you are starting from 0. $I must be less than the number of loops, $I plus plus. And here you have the block of code. With this simple method, you can easily write any loop of your choice. In the next tutorial, we'll be writing loops in our IDE and check the results on the browser.